Surprise, surprise, the ATF went ahead and changed their minds once again to confuse us even further. You have probably already heard about this. If you haven't, this video is here to help clarify the things that they changed and what to do now that we only have 7 days left of the time of filming this right now. It might be a little bit sooner by the time this actually gets put on YouTube. But we're very close to the end, and since I already made an update telling you guys what to do, and now one of those options is gonna make you a felon, I wanted to at least update you and tell you why what I told you previously was an option is no longer now an option. So originally when the ATF made this whole ruling, they said that you had to destroy or dispose of the braces. You could no longer have them in your possession, or you would be found illegal of these charges that they're going to create. And then fast forward to April 26th, and the ATF director, which you would think would be somewhat knowledgeable about the made up laws he approved, said this.
Are only felons if they intentionally
Is it 120
violate
days?
The law. I believe it's 120 days from the
So we've got 36 days left of the 120-day grace period. Can you tell us here today how many people have complied by registering this product?
I am not sure of the exact number. I can check though and get back to you. There are people who are making applications. There also can be detachment. So in other words, we don't count. That's not for us to regulate. If somebody simply, we wrote the rule to make it easy to comply with. If somebody just at their home detaches the weapon from the brace and keeps them apart, they do not have to register anything. They can keep the brace, they can keep the business end of the gun.
Okay, that's a great clarification. So you're not going to do some kind of constructive prosecution where you say, oh, well, you had this and you had that and you intended to connect
They're keeping them, I mean,
they can just keep them
detaching
separately?
them as we
Keep them
approach
separately.
But
okay, because that's not clear in your rules. What is the punishment if somebody is convicted as a felon under having this piece of plastic?
If people are convicted of not following the Gun Control Act, it's a serious felony conviction, but that requires intent.
Can you just give me the number? Is it 10 years?
I believe it's a statutory maximum of 10 years.
10 years for owning a piece of plastic that you were told was legal and that you owned for a decade and that millions of people...
To summarize, he said, no, you're good. As long as you remove the two and have them separated, you're good to go. Which I guess alleviated some people's frustrations and worry, because a lot of people's thought process was, I'll just take these off and store them until hopefully this gets fought and we win and we're allowed to then put them back on. It was kind of, I think, a lot of people's process with what they were going to do. Then May 22nd, which was a couple days ago, the ATF comes back out and says, yeah, no, forgo what he said. We're now saying you cannot do that anymore. You cannot just store them in the same room. They have to be destroyed again, what we originally said. So the problem with this is the ATF, one, themselves cannot keep up with their own laws that they're making up. How do you expect law-abiding citizens that are trying to follow these laws to follow your laws when your own director cannot keep track of your own laws? So that is terrifying. But the other thing is this is coming from somebody that is staying somewhat up to date with this and trying to get updated information to you guys. I have absolutely no clue what I am legally allowed to do anymore. I have braces and boxes from braces that I've bought for upcoming projects. Is this now making me a felon because it's in this vault room? I built this room to keep all of my supplies and everything secured from the business, away from the children and everything. And now, do I have to store these in other places? Do I have to just completely get rid of it? Do I need to store it in another location without firearms? What if I wanted to put this brace on a 16-inch rifle just because I spent way more money than I would a typical stock? I don't want to just throw it away. I'd rather at least use it. So what if I want to put that on a rifle, which is legal? Am I not allowed to do that since I have it in the same room? So I am equally as confused as you. So don't worry if you're sitting here being like, I have no clue what to do, because I don't either. And I don't think anybody does. And obviously the ATF doesn't really know either, because they're still trying to figure it out themselves. And we're 7 days away from what they can, I guess, now charge you for this. I think really the only way this is going to change if it passes, if there's mass non-compliance or mass push to fight against this. And it is scary to think, okay, is everyone actually going to take a stand? When I'm sitting in prison, is everyone else going to keep that ball rolling or not? So It's really up to you guys. You know, again, like I said in my last video, everything is in the control of God, and I think that you should absolutely pray about this. I had some comments, people saying God doesn't care about SBRs. I agree, God doesn't care about SBRs. But the whole world as a whole, this isn't just about SBRs. This isn't about just the Second Amendment. This is one small chip at a bigger goal, and I know a lot of you understand that. So absolutely, pray about it. And unfortunately, I think God has been taken out of a lot of things, and that is one of our biggest problems right now is God not being the center of stuff. I understand I might get some hate, but that's okay. That's the way I feel. That is my relationship with God, and this is my platform, so I can say what I want. So if you don't like it, I guess you don't have to watch my videos. But back to the braces. I personally do not think this is going to pass. I think this is going to be one eventually. I don't think it's going to be a quick process. I don't think it's going to be in 7 days. I think there's going to be a really weird gray area there for a while. And that is what worries me, and I think worries most people. But I do think that this is going to fail, and I think we will be able to have our braces, which they told us we were allowed to have, and a lot of people spent extra money to comply in this sense. So your options are pretty limited at this point, because that took away one of a couple options. Again, it is up to you and your family. I just wanted to at least update you guys and kind of tell you where we're at right now with things. And it's a weird thing. I tell you what, it's scary because no one wants to go to federal prison. No one wants to have to fight this fight. But at some point, we do have to fight this fight. And at some point, we have to come together as a community and do that. So whether that be now, whether this is the push that gets it to where it needs to be, whether this is maybe just their eyes opening up and realizing, okay, maybe this isn't the fight we want to fight. But you know, I pray that it doesn't get to that point. But eventually, we have to stand up and stand for our rights and say, you know, enough is enough. We can no longer allow this stuff and comply. So again, completely up to you guys. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not your lawyer. You do whatever you want. You do what is best for you and your family. Other than that, I hope this video was able to help you, give you some information on what is going on. I'll keep you guys updated if anything changes. I'm trying to get these videos as quick as possible. I heard this information. I came home and I made a video as soon as possible, and I'm trying to get this edited and posted as fast as I can. If you guys want to help out the channel and things I do, here's a couple ways to do that down in the description. There's a link to my link tree from other links like Primary Arms, Premier Body Armor, Palmetto State Armory. Anything using those links does help out the channel, and I appreciate the support. And there are some discount codes from companies that I trust you can use to save some money. A couple companies that support me, and the things I do here are Howitzer, Hold Up Display, and Brownells. Howitzer is a clothing brand that donates 5% of proceeds to charity. They collaborated with me on these awesome TA shirts, so if you guys want one, they're in the description. And Hold Up Displays, I mean, they speak for themselves. These displays are fantastic. I'll give you guys an update on the vault room here soon of the new things I put in. And then Brownells, you can use code TA10 for 10% off orders $150 or more, and take advantage of that. You can use as much as you want on pretty much everything on their website, and you can build some really cool projects and save a lot of money. Other than that, guys, these are videos I don't love doing, but I want to keep you guys updated. I hope that in 7 days I can make a video and say, woo, we're good to go, do whatever you want. But unfortunately, I don't see it happen that way, but I do think there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Other than that, I appreciate you all. Thank you so much.